Hey guys, so this is sort of a random uh, attempt to both share and get input. Um, my general question to whoever's watching is, have you had a spiritual experience? And by that I mean anything from Kensho to Satori to an enlightenment experience. And I know it's kind of awkward to claim to have experience because I realize, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I feel like a certain pressure um, that I'm putting on myself, or a certain implication of saying that you had a spiritual experience, because with it comes this authority. Like, I had a spiritual experience, I had Satori, so I have something to say. I mean, I really don't mean it like that. I think that these sort of things are more common, and that more people can recognize them, and it's not necessarily something to act out of authority on, but maybe just collaborate about and with people, as we've been mentioning before. So this is an investigation and a call for you to share your own spiritual experiences, and it doesn't even have to be something crazy like, I don't know, seeing Buddha come down and, I don't know, tell you that you're part of some kind of great destiny or some crazy thing like that. It doesn't have to be anything flamboyant or for the most part, I mean, in my own experience, these things have been very sublime, but not very flashy. So, what is your spiritual experience? How do you think it's helped you? What insights has it brought to you? And what relevance do you think it has, if any, to civilization, to this planetary culture that's emerging? Um, what do you think, if anything, we can do by talking about our experiences as not under any kind of specific religion, but really just as, everything that's been going online on the internet, just sharing knowledge, contributing, collaborating, expressing ourselves communally, um, as human beings. What can we learn from the spiritual experience, whether it's a Kensho or a Satori, um, about ourselves and where we're headed in the world? How can it help? So that being said, that's the question for you. Um, Share your own meditation, spiritual prayer, um, even hallucinogenic, using psychedelics. What is your entheogenic experience in that degree? I don't think they're necessarily separate. I think they're just perhaps, I wouldn't say an easier route, but definitely a very much more intense route than a sustained reality. I don't know, or a sustained spiritual experience. So I don't know. So that's the question to you. It can be anybody, anybody who watches my videos, and anybody else, people I haven't met before. Please contribute. Um, so what is your spiritual experience? Now you can be anybody. You can be. You don't have to believe in God or any of that. I'm just curious. Um, for me, and this is the part where I feel awkward, like I'm just like this is all hubris or something, but I don't really share it that much with people. I mean, not directly. Only very personal conversations I've shared this sort of stuff before. But I don't know. I just give it a shot. Uh, so, in my own experience, I relate very much to the Kensho experience, in that I had a sudden. I mean, throughout my life, I've had a sort of a sudden realization that I am not just this mind and body. Almost that I'm some kind of spiritual creature living here, and when I have this experience, um, it's like coming home in a way. It's like I feel very much at peace, like I had been straining to be something that I am not, and it's a very very nice experience. It doesn't. I wouldn't say it's always blissful. I've had times, very intense times, usually after depression. And mind you, adding to this, talk about your shadow as well as your spirit. I mean, to me, these have always played interestingly together. Um, a few years ago, I had a very intense, I guess you can call it a Kensho experience. Uh, I was very depressed for a while, and it just, something clicked in a conversation with somebody, and I just let all of it go. And it was this 3 or 4 hour period where it was just complete, uh, I guess it was bliss, or just happiness, ease. I could feel subtle, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a very flowing feeling, like of subtle energy. Um, it's the only way to explain it really. It just felt like I didn't just have a physical body. It was more of this expansive, uh, energetic reality that I was also a part of manifesting here as a human being. Um, and that was just very amazing, and it really stuck with me. And in a way, it kind of got in the way of my practice, because having experienced that, I began to like always compare meditations and etc. to that. And although intellectually I was acknowledging um, that I shouldn't compare, I guess unconsciously, I was in the habit of just saying, oh, well, I'm not quite like I was there. And that was sort of a block. And on occasion, I could slip back into it. Um, so, I don't know, I relate very much to Zen and Satori and Kensho experiences. And through reading the Three Pillars of Zen, I began to very much relate to some of the things that's described in them. Particularly the experiences during the retreats and the diaries that the practitioners kept. I related very much to some of the things they went through, um, especially frustrations, and then release of all this energy that was all wound up. There's a lot of that for me. So I guess I wanted to get your opinion. Is it like that for you? Do you have this um, almost like a forgetting and identifying with something less than what you are? It's almost like the mind can create any kind of image it wants, and I don't even just mean intellectually. It can, I mean, just as an self-identity, associating with um, this mind and body, and the experiences and the emotions. Not even the philosophies that this person makes or likes, but in my own experience, when I get too identified with that, I get upset, I get stressed, I feel more wound up and defensive. And when I realize that I'm over-identifying with this, it's almost like I'm actually releasing a grip, and it's very much a powerful experience of release and transcendence. And unfortunately, it doesn't always last. I mean, um, yeah, I guess I've slipped back into it on occasion. I still do. Um, as of late, it's sort of been happening again, and I guess that's why I've been making a few less YouTube videos. Just I've been sort of trying to stay with myself and recognize things more. Um, and in a video actually that not a video, a blog that I was looking at on open enlightenment, the author said that the secret of enlightenment is simply integrity. Integrity with yourself and with others. I mean, really just being honest with yourself, transparent with yourself. Um, I think that really holds true in any of these times where I've had like an awakening. Um, it has always followed realizing things that I forgot about, and then being more honest about myself, and suddenly feeling a release because there's no more self-imposed pressure. And it's really a sort of an expansion of happiness from within, and I really like that. And it sounds cheesy, and I don't like to preach about that, but this has sort of been my experience um, to varying degrees, and it's sort of helped me make videos here in that light for the most part, sometimes wavering. But yeah, please share with me your experiences. I'd be delighted to know.